Welcome back, guys. So I did the entire code and I'll just walk you through them. So I already did this. I already did this in the last video, and we did this also, which is to get the entire user information from the database, the name and the image. Now for the message, it's just almost the same thing as the other one above. So we went to the messages, sorry, the users constants. Then the document is the current user ID, and the collection is a chart, just exactly as we did here in the chat utils recent messages. So users current user ID charts. So it's exactly the same thing here. Users current user ID charts, then the other user ID, and there we're getting everything inside of it. So it's the same thing here too, and then the other user ID. Yes. So here we got the sorry, let's close this. So here we got the last message that was sent to the user. Then we also got the timestamp. Then we converted it to an actual time. And in here, if you notice, this was given error in the last video, so we just have to change this to chat list model. Then you're good to go. And also in the holder of get snapshot, the get snapshot is coming from the firestore adapter chat list, which is this one. So you need to make sure that in here you have firestore chat adapter chat list. So just make sure that this is set to there. So this is the entire code, and everything is working fine. Now in the activity, I also did something to initialize the user adapter chat list, which is this adapter, and I called the init method. I put our toolbar and our mauth initialization inside the init, and then I perform the query. But first I check if the query is not equal to null first, so it will not cause a crash. So we did a query, and then firestore get instance, we enter the collection users current user ID chart, and then we order by the time. So this is going to go over to the chart and then get everything, and then to order by the time. Remember that this time is coming from the chart utils, is coming from this time here. So you need to make sure that the time you put here matches the exact same spelling. So then we query the direction that are sending. So this means that the new messages or the new or latest conversation will come at the top. So that is what it means. And then we initialize the recycler view and the layout manager, and then we assign the recycler view an adapter. Then just since the user adapter chat list has two arguments, which is a query and a listener, which is this one. Sorry, not arguments. Actually, it has a constructor, and the constructor takes into argument, which is a query and a listener. So we just pass that in here. Then we assign the recycler view and adapter. In the onStop method, we check if the current user is equal to null, then we stop listening. But in the onStart, we do the same. And this from the other code from the in this place too, oh my dog. Okay, so this is the chat list model, and everything is currently working as it should. So I tested this application, I ran it on my emulator, and here they're giving a blank screen. That is because we don't have any chats yet.